You're doing everything right. You're skipping breakfast. You're powering through hunger pangs at 11 a.m. You're watching the clock until your eating window opens. And yet, the scale won't budge. Your energy is tanking. And your sleep? Don't even get me started. What if I told you that the very thing you're doing to lose weight after 40 is actually the reason your body is clinging to fat like its life depends on it? I'm not here to trash intermittent fasting. I'm here to tell you why it works brilliantly for your 25-year-old niece and why it might be wrecking your hormones right now. Stay with me. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly whether fasting is your friend or your enemy and what to do instead if it's the latter. Let me guess how you got here. You turned 42, 45, maybe 50. The weight started creeping on, especially the midsection. And nothing that worked in your 30s works anymore. So you researched. You found the fasting crowd. The before and after photos were incredible. The science seemed solid. And maybe you saw some results at first, a few pounds down. But then the plateau hit. Or worse, you started feeling wired but tired. Your anxiety spiked. Your periods got weird. Or they disappeared and suddenly you're in a sweat lodge you never signed up for. Here's what nobody told you. Your hormones at 45 are not your hormones at 25. And fasting? It's a stress signal to your body. For younger women with robust hormone reserves, that's fine. For you, it might be like pouring gasoline on a fire you can't see. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me back up and show you what's actually happening inside your body when you fast after 40. Here's the science you need, without the boring textbook stuff. When you fast, your body releases cortisol. That's your stress hormone. It's designed to keep you alive during famine. Cortisol breaks down muscle tissue and converts it to glucose so your brain has fuel. In your 20s and 30s, your body could handle this cortisol spike. You had progesterone to buffer it. Progesterone is like nature's anti-anxiety, pro-sleep, fat-burning hormone. But after 40, progesterone starts dropping, fast, sometimes decades before estrogen does. So now you're fasting, which spikes cortisol without the hormonal backup to calm things down. What happens next is a domino effect. First, high cortisol tells your body emergency mode. It holds on to belly fat because it thinks you're starving. Second, your thyroid slows down to conserve energy. Hello, fatigue and hair loss. Third, your sleep suffers because cortisol is meant to be high in the morning, not at 10 p.m. when you're trying to wind down. And here's the kicker. You might be gaining weight because you're under-eating. Your body thinks the apocalypse is coming. It's not going to burn fat when it believes survival is at stake. But wait, I promised you wouldn't leave here confused. Some women over 40 do thrive on fasting. So how do you know which camp you're in? Let me paint two pictures. You tell me which one feels familiar. Scenario A, you're 48. You started 16-8 fasting 6 months ago. You lost 12 pounds in the first 2 months. Your energy is steady. Your hot flashes actually decreased. You sleep like a rock. Fasting feels easy, almost natural. Scenario B, you're also 48. You started the same protocol. You lost 4 pounds, then nothing for months. You wake up at 3 a.m. with your heart racing, you're irritable with your partner, your hair is thinning, and that lower belly pooch, stubborn as ever. If you're scenario A, genuinely, truly feeling great, this video isn't really for you. Keep doing what works. But if you're scenario B, your body is screaming at you, and it's time to listen. Here are the 5 warning signs that fasting is hurting, not helping. 1. Weight loss stalled after initial drop 2. Sleep disruption, especially waking between 2 to 4 a.m. 3. new or worsening anxiety or irritability. 4. Intense sugar or carb cravings during eating windows. 5. Loss of period or irregular cycles if you're still menstruating. If you checked 2 or more, your hormones are asking for a different approach. Okay, so fasting isn't your thing right now. That's not failure. That's data. Your body isn't broken, it's communicating. And the good news? There are approaches that work with your hormones instead of against them. Option 1, the modified fast. Instead of 16 hours, try 12 to 14 hours. Give your body a break without triggering the stress response. Most women over 40 do beautifully with a 14-10 window, especially if they front-load protein at breakfast. Option 2, the cyclical approach fast 3 to 4 days per week, not 7. Your body needs signals of safety to release fat. Constant fasting sends constant stress signals. Strategic breaks tell your nervous system, we're fed, it's safe to burn. Option 3, the breakfast reset eat within 1 hour of waking. I know, it sounds like heresy. But for cortisol dysregulated women, morning protein stabilizes blood sugar for the entire day. You end up eating less overall without the metabolic stress. I had a client, Sarah, 52, who was doing OMAD, 1 meal a day. She was miserable. We shifted her to 3 meals, protein at each, stopped the fasting, and she lost 14 pounds in 8 weeks. Without hunger. Her sleep returned. Her anxiety vanished. She said she finally felt like herself again. The point isn't to abandon structure. It's to choose structure that fits your physiology. Look, the diet industry loves to sell you one size fits all because simple rules are easy to market. But you're not a template. You're a complex, changing, powerful woman navigating a major hormonal transition. What worked at 30 won't work at 50, and what works at 50 won't work at 65. The goal isn't a perfect diet, the goal is a responsive one. So here's what I want you to do right now. First, comment below with your experience. Are you team fasting? Did you try it and crash? I read every comment, and your story might help another woman feel less alone. Second, if this resonated, if you're realizing your hormones need a different approach, hit subscribe. In my next video, I'm breaking down the exact morning routine that resets cortisol for women over 40. You don't want to miss it. Third, save this video. Seriously. The next time someone tells you to just skip breakfast, come back here. Remind yourself that you know your body better than any trend. And real quick, before you go, that 3 a.m. wake up I mentioned, the one where you're staring at the ceiling, mind racing, it's not just cortisol. There's a specific blood sugar crash that happens to fasting women over 40, and there's a 2-ingredient bedtime snack that fixes it. I'll see you in the comments, and I'll see you in my next video.